evening. So the title of this governance initiative is the Public Safety Governance in Barangay Bayao, Balay City. So the cover of one is the SDG is Sustainable Cities and Communities. So in the connection, executive summary, this initiative strengthened the public safety and infrastructure of Barangay Bayao by improving governance system, increasing transparency, and fostering community participation aligned with 11 sustainable cities and communities. So the program seeks to reduce sake related to crime and disaster while ensuring equal access to safety resources. So by enhancing local infrastructure and coordination, the project build a resilient community and promote trust in local governance.
The objective of a policy initiative plan is to ensure that the initiative is effective. The following SMART objectives have been established. First is to strengthen safety infrastructure, where to install streetlights, CCTV, drainage systems, and emergency response areas. Second is to ensure transparency, where to publish clear records on safety project budgets and spending. Third is to improve coordination, where to foster cooperation among local officials, police, and residents for effective safety responses. Fourth is to establish monitoring system, where to create a sustainable process to track and evaluate safety programs quarterly.
So the target audience and stakeholders that involves and benefits are the barangay officials and council members, the local law enforcement agencies, the community leaders, residents and youth, the civil society organizations and NGOs, and the vulnerable groups within the community.
The problem statement explained the public safety challenges currently experienced Barangay Imbaya. One of the main concerns is a limited number of street lights in the area. Because of poor lighting, some places become unsafe at night, increasing the possibility of crimes as theft and other illegal activities. Residents may feel unsafe when walking or traveling during nighttime. Another issue mentioned is lack of sufficient disaster preparedness facilities. It means that the barangay may not have enough equipment, evacuation areas, warning system, emergency response plans to protect the community during disasters such as floods, landslides, earthquake, or fire. As a result, the community became more vulnerable to hazardous and emergencies. This statement also points that weak of coordination between local government institutions and community members. Effective communication and cooperation are important in solving community problems. However, because of the coordination, programs and safety initiatives may not be properly implemented or supported by residents. Overall, these problems contribute to increased crime rate and greater vulnerability of community to disaster and other hazardous situations. The statement suggests that this issue can be reduced or prevented through stronger stakeholders, participant, better public safety infrastructures, and improved collaboration between the government and the people in the barangay.
Good day, everyone. My name is Pasita Gabriel Andrica. So my part is to introduce the part 6 of our initiative plan, which is the proposed strategies and actions. So we have 4 columns here: the objectives, the action steps, timeline, resource needed. So the objective is strengthen safety infrastructure. So the action step is install street lights and CCTV cameras. Timeline is 5 to 12 months, and resource needed sa barangay funds, technical experts o contractors. Then, improve transparency. Publish quarterly budget report to the public. Timeline, quarterly, continuous. So, resource needed, the government staffs or the IT support. Kaupat is the enhanced cooperation. Establish a barangay safety council with representative from all sectors. So the timeline is 3 months, then meeting facilitations team. So the fourth is build resilience. Conduct risk avoidance training sessions and drills. Timeline is quarterly, continuous gyapon siya. Then resource needed is training materials, volunteers, and LGU support. So that is my part. Thanks.
Good day everyone. I will now discuss the implementation plan of our governance initiative entitled Public Safety Governance in Barangay Imbayao. The implementation plan explains how the project will be carried out and identifies the responsibilities of each stakeholders involved in ensuring the success of the initiative. So first, the Barangay Council will serve as the main governing body of the project. They are responsible for policy oversight and resource allocation. This means they will approve safety policies, manage the budget, and ensure that funds are properly used for projects like installing CCTVs, street lights, and emergency facilities. They will also monitor the overall progress of the initiative to make sure that all programs are implemented effectively and transparently. Next, the law enforcement sector will handle operational safety measures and enforcement. Their role includes conducting patrols, responding to emergencies, monitoring peace and order, and enforcing public safety regulations within the barangay. They will also work closely with the barangay officials in preventing crimes and improving disaster response operations. Community leaders, on the other hand, will focus on mobilization and awareness campaigns. They will play an important role in encouraging the residents of the barangay to participate in safety programs and disaster preparedness activities and also public consultations. They will also help the communication concerns of the community to local officials, ensuring that the voices of the residents are heard and addressed. Meanwhile, the NGO or the non-governmental organizations will provide technical support and capacity building. They will also assist by conducting trainings, seminars, and workshops related to public safety, disaster preparedness, and community governance. Their expertise will help strengthen the skills and knowledge of both officials and the residents. To ensure proper coordination among all stakeholders, the initiative will implement several coordination mechanisms. First, monthly coordination meetings will be conducted to discuss programs, address challenges, and plan for future activities. Second, a shared digital platform will be used for reporting updates, monitoring projects, and improving communication among stakeholders. Lastly, regular community feedback sessions will allow residents to express their opinions, concerns, and suggestions regarding to public safety programs. So overall, this implementation plan promotes cooperation, transparency, and active community participation through the combined efforts of the barangay government or barangay officials, law enforcement or the PNP or the Philippine National Police, barangay tanods, community leaders or barangay or purok leaders, NGOs, and residents of the Barangay Imbayao. So through this initiative, Barangay Imbayao can become a safer, more organized, and more resilient barangay in the city of Malaybalay.
Expected outcomes. First, creating a safer neighborhood. The first major goal is to reduce crime-related incidents by 40% within the next 2 years. We want to make our street much safer for everyone, especially at night, by installing better street lighting and CCTV cameras. We are getting rid of the dark corners where accidents or crimes are likely to happen. This outcome is all about peace of mind, making sure that when you or your family are walking home, you feel secure and protected because the community is being watched over and well lit. Number 2 is giving residents a real voice. We are also a 50% increase in citizens' participation during safety consultations. This means we don't just want the residents to have a seat at the table. When more people show up to show their concerns, the safety plans we create actually reflect what the community truly needs. This outcome transforms the project from a government initiative into a team effort where every neighbor has a say in how their street is managed. And number 3 is establish of at least 2 functional emergency stations, so it transforms the barangay from being vulnerable to being prepared. And number 4 is enhance transparency via publicly accessible safety budget reports. So this is about trust. By making the budget report public, the residents can see exactly how their taxes and local funds are being used. When people see honesty, they are more likely to support future projects.
Monitoring and evaluation. This part is all about how we will check if things are actually working. In methods, we will use surveys, public audits, and reports every 3 months to see what's up. In indicators, success will be measured by things like crime rates, how many people are involved, and if the infrastructure like street lights or cameras is doing its job. In frequency, we will check in barangay quarterly and do a bigger review once a year. In budget and funding sources, this is where money comes from and what it's spent on. Primary funding. The money will mainly come from local barangay funds and support the LGU. Categories. The expenses will cover things like infrastructure, CCTV cameras and lights, training materials, and IT staff. It basically says that plan is a guide for making Barangay Imbayao safer by improving how things are run. By fixing infrastructure issues and getting people to work together, the community will be stronger, more open, and safer to everyone.
The initiative plan we created served as a guide to improve public safety in Barangay Imbayao through better leadership, proper management, and community participation. It emphasizes solving problems such as inadequate infrastructure and encouraging cooperation among residents and local officials. Through this effort, the barangay can build a strong handling challenges and more open and accountable in governance and safer environment for everyone that lives in the community.